Sexualized and gender-based violence is one of the only kinds of violence that actually isn't decreasing, it's going up.
Sexual violence on campus. The Alliance of BC Students wants the provincial government to take urgent action on what it calls a crisis at colleges and universities. The ABCS says it represents over 375,000 students in Metro Vancouver and BC, and it's calling on the government to make a financial commitment in the upcoming budget.
We can't invite students to campuses that aren't protecting them and that don't have the supports in place to keep them safe.
In an open letter Wednesday, Ariana Chartrand's organization called on the government to commit $5 million for sexual violence support centers at schools every year. It also asks the government to adopt 11 sexual violence policy standards in the Sexual Violence and Misconduct Policy Act.
We've seen an increase of 200%, a little bit over actually, since 2018. In terms of number of people accessing services.
Ashna Josh with UBC's Sexual Assault Support Center says more direct funding would help with the center's growing demand for service.
When we're limited by student funds, like when we're limited by funding coming in through student tuition, it really affects our ability to be flexible and adapt to the changing needs of the student body.
The StatsCan 2019 safety survey at university campuses says almost 3/4 of students had witnessed or experienced unwanted sexual behavior in the past year. Minister Selena Robinson says in a statement, since 2017, this government has been taking action to address and prevent sexualized violence at all public and private post-secondary institutions. We are working with students now on our next steps and welcome student input and advocacy in that process. Last year, the province put forward around $1 million to fund training programs and anonymous reporting processes.
We meet with politicians and decision makers all the time, and they I think recognize that this is a crisis. But again, we're having students reaching out saying that I'm still experiencing this, and so it's not happening fast enough.
In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.